Wat is an enormous Buddhist temple complex located in northern Cambodia. It was originally built in the first half of the 12th century as a Hindu temple, spread across more than 400 acres. Angkor Wat is said to be the largest religious monument in the world. Its name will translate the temple city. In the Khmer language of the religion, a reference is the fact it was built by Emperor Surya Varman II, who ruled the region from 1113 to 1150 as a state temple and political center of his empire. Originally dedicated to the Hindu god Vishnu, Angkor Wat became a Buddhist temple by the end of 12th century. Although it is no longer an active temple, it serves as an important tourist attraction in Cambodia. Despite the fact it sustained significant damage during the autocratic rule of the Khmer regime in the 1970s and in earlier regional conflict. Where is Angkor Wat? Angkor Wat is located roughly 5 miles north of the modern Cambodian city of Siem Reap, which has a population of more than 20,000 people. However, when it was built, it served as the capital of the Khmer Empire, which ruled the region at the time. The word Angkor means capital city in the Khmer language, while the word Wat means temple. Initially, Angkor Wat was designed as a Hindu temple, as that was the religion of the religion ruler at that time, Surya Varman II. However, by the end of the 12th century, it was considered a Buddhist site. Unfortunately, by then Angkor Wat had been sacked by a rival tribe to the Khmer, who is in turn, at the direction of the new Emperor Varman VII, moved the capital to Angkor Thom and the state temple to Bayon, both of which are few miles to the north of the historic site. As Angkor Wat's significance within the Buddhist religion of the region increased, so too did the legend surrounding the site. Many Buddhists believe the temple construction was ordered by the god Indra and that the work was accomplished in one night. However, scholars now know it took several decades to build Angkor Wat, from the design phase to completion. Angkor Wat was no longer a site of political, cultural, or commercial significance by the 13th century. It remained an important monument for the Buddhist religion into the 18,000. Indeed, unlike many historical sites, Angkor Wat was never truly abandoned. Rather, it fell gradually into disuse and disrepair. Nonetheless, it remained an architectural marvel unlike anything else. It was rediscovered in 1840 by the French explorer Henry Munhot, who wrote that the site was grander than anything left to us by Greek or Rome. The compliment can largely be attributed to the temple design, which is supposed to represent Mount Meru, the home of the gods. According to the tenet of both the Hindu and Buddhist faith, its 5 towers are intended to recreate the 5 peaks of Mount Meru, while the wall and moat below honor the surrounding mountain ranges and the sea. By the time of the site construction, the Khmer had developed and defined their own architectural style, which relied on sandstone. As a result, Angkor Wat was constructed with blocks of sandstone. A 15-floor high wall surrounded by a wide moat protected the city, the temple, and the residents from invasion, and much of that top fortification is still standing. A sandstone causeway serves as the main access point for the temple. Inside this wall, Angkor Wat stretched across more than 200 acres It believed that this area included the city, the temple structure, and the emperor palace, which was just north of the temple. However, in keeping with tradition at the time, only the city outer wall and the temple were made of sandstone, with the rest of the structure built from wood and other less durable material. Hence, only portion of the temple and the city wall remain. Even so, the temple is still a majestic structure. At its highest point, the tower above the main shrine, it reaches nearly 70 feet into the air. The temple was decorated with thousands of bas-reliefs representing important deities and figures in the Hindu and Buddhist religion, as well as key events in its narrative tradition. There is also a bas-relief depicting Emperor Suryavarman II entering the city, perhaps for the first time following its construction. Angkor Wat today, unfortunately, although Angkor Wat remained in use until fairly recently, into the 18,000s, the site has sustained significant damage, from forest overgrowth to earthquake to war. The French ruled what is now known as Cambodia for much of the 20th century, established a commission to restore the site for tourism purposes. In the early 19,000s, this group also oversaw ongoing archaeological projects there. While restoration work was accomplished in Bai and pieces under French rule, major effort didn't begin in the earnest until the 1960s. By then, Cambodia was a country transitioning from colonial rule to a limited form of constitutional monarchy. When Cambodia fell into a brutal civil war in the 1970s, Angkor Wat somewhat miraculously sustained relatively minimal damage. The autocratic, the barbarous Khmer Rouge regime did battle troops from neighboring Vietnam in the area near the ancient city, and their bullet hole marking its outer wall as a result. Since then, with Cambodian government undergoing numerous changes, the international community, including representatives of India, Germany, and France, among others, have contributed to the ongoing restoration effort. The site remained an important source of national pride for Cambodia. In 1992, it was named as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Although visitors to Angkor Wat number just a few thousand at a time, the landmark now welcomes some 50,000 visitors each year, many of whom arrive early in the morning to capture images of the sunrise over what still is a very magical spiritual place.